Hey mamas or non-mamas, welcome back to the Loving Motherhood podcast. I'm so happy you're here. Today I have so much I want to talk about. First off, I'm sort of figuring out what I want to do with this corner here. I finally got rid of that ugly tote. I mean, it wasn't ugly. She was cute, but she didn't belong back here, okay? We need to up our game a little bit. So I got some beautiful candles and my cute little sugar skull that I got from Mexico. I feel like I just feel like it ties in with the rest of the vibe, you know? She was just destined to be my little partner on the show. So my good morning gorgeous mug. I am drinking water. I had a second cup of coffee that I was sipping on, but I don't know. I just had an inkling that my kitty cat, I thought it was my daughter. He's getting into a bag right now. I will take a picture of it and insert it into the video because it's too cute. Sorry, I'm kind of just like settling into this podcast here. It's hard when like I get interrupted so much to like get back in the zone and kind of figure out what I want to talk about next and what direction I want to go with the conversation. So that's why sometimes it gets a little all over the place. I apologize. Whew, but I got me my crystal of my choice today, which was rhodonite. I believe this is what it's called. I don't know if you can see. Rhodonite. This one inspires creativity. It gives you, I don't even know. It boosts your creativity and your motivation to be creative in your passions and just embrace a more artistic style side of yourself. I'm sure there's more. I think it also can help with communication. I think it's either it's a heart chakra or a root chakra centered stone. So it has to do a lot with grounding and passions and creative energy and stuff like that. Anyway, the other day I had pulled out my crystals again because sometimes I'll go through periods where I use them a lot and I always go back to them and I buy some and I'm really into them, and then I'll go through periods of time where I kind of forget about them and they kind of just stay in my closet and I don't ever use them. And so I pulled them back out of my closet again a few days ago, and I was going through all of them and like cleansing them and charging them. And my daughter was so fascinated. She loves my crystals. She loves my little rocks. She also loves to like collect rocks and little knickknacks and stuff like that. She loves my crystals. And so she was helping me cleanse them. I would let her like hold them in her hands, and I would say, hold them in your hands and say, charge me with strength, or charge me with creativity, or charge me with love. And it's all about just like kind of the intention you put into them. So I was having her put the intention into the crystals, and she just loved it. The other day I was in bed because she had come in the morning. We had just woken up, and on the bedside table I have like my little tarot cards and my crystals and my incense. And she went and picked up one of the crystals out of there, and she said, look, this one is for angels. And she was talking about my angelite, which was one of the crystals that she had helped me charge. And I just thought that was so cute. This one is for angels. And I was like, you're right, baby. Good job. I just think it's adorable that she's fascinated in them because I'm fascinated in them. So proud. I'm a proud crystal mama. But yeah, this one's rhodonite, and she's going to be helping me with my creative endeavors today. I just like sometimes holding them. I used to put them in my bra a lot. When I was a waitress, I would put them in, I had these little pouches to put my cash and my receipts in. I didn't do like the server pads. I didn't like how they weighed down my, my apron. I didn't like how those big notebooks weighed down my apron. So I would use little pouches for my receipts and my money. And I would always keep crystals in those little pouches. So I would keep citrine to help with money flow and abundance. And sometimes I would bring along with me like a rose quartz to help attract love and compassion. Because, you know, in the server world, you need a whole lot of love and compassion. But a lot of the time I forget about them. I'm not going to lie. I forget they exist, and then I get obsessed with them again, and then I forget they exist again. One day I want in my home to have like a wall of just like all my crystals displaying, and I want big ass crystals. And I also want those ones that go from like the ground up to like your waist or your shoulder, those like huge amethysts. Oh, I want me some. I want me some legit crystals, okay? If I ever get some money, if I ever get rich, okay, it would go into my crystals. It's like that meme, if I ever won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but you would know. You would see the signs. Mine would be I would have giant crystals in a huge glass case of crystals in my house. But yeah. I love my crystals, I love my rocks. Okay? Have you seen that video where it's like a comedian show or contest or something, and one of the judges asked them like, so tell us about yourself, and he was like, I'm not retarded, I just really like rocks, like I got one in my pocket right now, I like the way they feel. And he just like starts pulling out these rocks in his pocket and talks about how much he loves rocks. That is me. I'm not retarded, I just like rocks. This morning, I was finally able to get up before my daughter, and she actually managed to sleep in today. I know, insane. But it was lovely. I was able to have some much needed quiet time, and it had me like reflecting on a lot of stuff. Being in the role as a mom, being in the motherhood role, there's a lot of expectations. There's a lot of responsibility. And being a parent pushes you to be a better version of yourself for your child. And if you're married, you also want to be the best version of yourself for your spouse. So being in this role, it almost feels like I have this magnifying glass over me all the time, constantly showing me my flaws and amplifying all the little details of me and all the little parts of me that aren't working, that need work and need betterment. And it's very draining, to say the least, to have this constant self-awareness almost, to do better, to be better, and to fix your mistakes. And it's very consuming at times. It's very overwhelming at times, having to be someone's role model. And I hate to say it, having to be like this mother of the house, if that makes any sense. Like, men play their roles, women play their roles. And as much as we want to step out of these roles, I'm very much so in one of the very stereotypical roles of housewife. And there's a lot of expectation that comes with that. A lot of responsibility. And in a marriage and in parenting, there's a lot of give and take. There's a lot of give and receive. You give one thing, the other person gives one thing, and you're receiving that benefit mutually. And so I want to uphold my bargain, my end of the weight. I want to be able to be a good mom, and I want to be a good wife. And it almost feels like when I make mistakes and when I am human, I'm directly affecting one of those two goals for myself, one of those two aims for myself. I'm either, failing at being a mom, or I'm failing at being a wife, or I'm failing at being a co-parent, I don't know. It just sometimes... it's just that contrast between, like, before I was a parent, I could kind of just make mistakes, and I could get angry, and I could, before I became a parent, I could have breakdowns, and I could cry, and I could be lazy, and I could just take my time making mistakes and doing things that were bad for me, and learning how to grow and adapt and not do those things on my own time and in a more healthy mental space, versus now where it's just like everything that I do, like I can't even be caught slacking now, because that's gonna cause damage to my home life, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like if I, for example, like if I get angry or upset, like I can't just yell and scream and huff and cry. Like I have to control myself now, because those emotions are directly affecting everyone around me in my house. It's not like I'm on my own in my own apartment, in my own space, and can have my own release of these feelings and not feel like I'm negatively affecting those around me. Does that make sense? Like, it just feels like a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility. And it's a huge weight that I've been bearing. And it's not something that I feel like, and it's not crippling at times, but at the beginning of motherhood especially, that's where a lot of my anxiety rooted from, was just like, I'm gonna mess this up, I'm gonna fuck this up, like I'm fucking this up, like I don't know what I'm doing, I get overwhelmed too much, I get anxious too much, I get frustrated at my husband. Like in the early stages of motherhood, a lot of these uncontrollable emotions start to come out, and you're at a place where you cannot be having those kind of emotions. Oh my God. I kind of lost my train of thought after I coughed, but I just had that kind of realization that with more responsibility, such as the responsibility that comes with being a parent, also comes a lot more responsibility for yourself, period. Like you can't be, like as a parent, you cannot slack on yourself. Like if you're slacking, then your environment is slacking. You can't even take, and you can take days where you slack, but you can't go weeks and weeks and weeks where you're just, you don't want to take care of yourself. You don't want to do anything. And I guess like, yeah, everyone has to work. Everyone has to have these responsibilities. But as a parent, parenting is like your life. So you kind of feel like, or at least I feel like I constantly have to be like trying my absolute best. And when I'm not trying my best is when I'm negatively affecting the people that I love. And it's just a lot of pressure to be like doing your best all the time. I want to do my best all the time, but yeah, it's exhausting to say the least. And I know a lot of it is a mental thing. Like I know that I'm going to make mistakes, and I know that I'm not perfect. And as much as I want to be the best all the time, I know that that's not possible, but it doesn't mean that I'm not like driven by that like every single day of my life, and like just constantly digging deeper into the parts of myself that I don't like and I don't want to teach to my child, and trying to change those parts of myself. Try to eliminate those parts of myself. And it's not just something that I can be like, oh, I don't like this part of myself, I'm just gonna like I just gotta stop thinking like that. It takes time. It takes a lot of growth. It's like you have to retrain your body, your brain, how to respond to situations differently and how to behave differently. Emotional maturity, happens for all adults. You go through years and years. You learn and you grow as you get older, and you become more emotionally mature as you mature. And so I'm going through that, while also trying to figure out this parenting thing, this momming thing. And I just feel so much pressure to get my shit together and be more stable for my family. And it's not like I'm like this most mentally unstable person in the world. I'm really just talking about anxiety, depression, anxiety, depression, ADHD, all those very fun, lovely, wonderful things that I get to struggle with. You know, if you're someone who doesn't struggle with mental illness, which if you don't, then I'm sorry that you're watching this podcast, because this podcast is very mental illness centered. But like, if you don't struggle with mental illness, like, can I have what you're on? What was your family? If you don't struggle with mental illness, what was your family life like? What were your parents like? What were your siblings like? What was your home life like? I want to know, because I struggle with it. And my home life on paper was perfect, you could say. Perfect, cookie cutter. But I also have mental illness that runs in my family, like genetically. And I have family members that have suffered from like anxiety and depression and stuff like that. So it makes sense why I also struggle with that. Even though my life kind of looked picture perfect on paper, even though no one's life is picture perfect. Let's be fucking for real. Okay. But yeah, if you don't struggle with mental illness and no one in your family really has struggled with like anxiety, depression, bipolar, ADHD, all that stuff, what was your life like? I want to know. I am curious. I'm very curious. And where are you now? For real. You're probably like the most positive person. I would consider myself a pessimist. Like, I used to be super, super pessimistic, but that's when I was like emo. I mean, we all went through an emo phase, but I was definitely like more on the pessimistic side. But I'm trying my hardest now to be more a positive person, and I feel like I'm getting there. I feel like now I can kind of tell myself, I'd say I'm pretty positive for the most part. I do like to talk about struggles and things that are hard, but that's because I'm just like desperate to relate to someone who's gone through the same thing and who would love to talk about it or love to like hear about it. I don't know. That's just something that intrigues me. Something that I need, honestly, too, to like get through the struggles. You got to talk about the struggles to get through the struggles, That's how I feel. But y'all, lately I've been really, really struggling to like have fun. Like I think I genuinely forgot how to have fun. Any other moms out there feel like that? Like, I go day by day, hour by hour, just trying to get to one moment to the next, trying to just like make it through. And I don't even know how to like enjoy my time anymore. And even if I was like kid free, I don't even know what I would do that would fill me with like excitement. And don't get me wrong, like I love the moments that I have with my daughter throughout the day. Like, I'm not complaining about my life. Like, I love my life. I have a beautiful life. And I love the simple things. I love watching movies, playing on the playground, dancing, stuff like that. I like the simple things. I'm not all pessimistic. I'm not all negative, okay? But like genuinely like doing stuff, like activities, like going out, getting out of the house, you don't even have to get out of the house, just like doing something thrilling. I don't know. Like what would I've been struggling to have fun lately. Like genuine fun. Like I can't remember the last time that I laughed uncontrollably. I can't. Like, I laugh. I have good moments, okay? Like, this isn't, like, all sad, all bad. I'm just venting here, okay? But, like, I just can't remember, like, the last time that I've felt thrill, Lust for life. Thrill for life. I can't remember the last time, like, I've done something for myself that was genuinely fun. I'm not talking about stuff with my family, like family time. Like, I mean, like time with myself or with myself and like my friends, a social circle. But yeah, and I literally made a whole episode. I think that was one of the first episodes of this podcast that I ever posted, was about how to have fun and feel like you have personal freedom in parenthood. I think that's literally the name of the episode, is finding personal freedom in parenthood. And I was like so passionate about this like months ago, of like really trying to incorporate more joyful, fun activities into my everyday life as a parent, rather than just taking care of everybody. And I was so passionate about it, made a whole episode about it. I was like, y'all, you just got to put your mind to it. You got to do it. You got to just do it. You got to figure out how to do it with a kid. And y'all, I've been trying to figure it out, and I can't fucking figure it out. I can't fucking figure it out. I can't figure out how to incorporate my own fun into the everyday fun of my family life. Does that make sense? Like, how do I incorporate my own hobbies, my own fun, which I don't even know what my hobbies are anymore. I don't know what my own fun is anymore. Couldn't tell you. Like, my daughter's 3. My life has been being her mother for the past 3 years. The last time I had the freedom to explore my hobbies or explore some fun and excitement in my life, I was 19 years old, 18 years old, y'all. Like, I feel like I don't know anything about myself. I'm 23 and I'm like, what do I like to do? Like, who am I? Besides being a mom, besides being a housewife. It sounds a lot sadder, like, coming out of my mouth, but I'm genuinely just like, I can't be the only one, the only mama out here that's like, who am I outside of being a mom? Because that's like what I live and breathe every day, every second of my life. So I've been working on it slowly but surely, trying to incorporate more fun into my life, but you know, I'll go through burnouts where I'm just like exhausted trying to incorporate me and trying to be there for my family. It's like I can't give 100% to either, right? I don't know. But couldn't figure it out. Couldn't even tell you. I think the lighting is getting a little weird because the sun is coming up, so I'm probably going to have to adjust it. I apologize if it's going to look a little fucked. I think just turning that down might help. I don't know. Is that too dark? Is that too dark? I don't know. Let's see. Let's try to go up one more time. I don't know. We'll keep it. But oh my goodness. Yeah. I think those are all the struggles that I'm dealing with right now as a parent, as a mama. Should I do a little fun story time? Let's do it. Y'all, I realize I have so many just weird, quirky, funny, sometimes a little bit disturbing, not disturbing, stupid, sometimes a little bit stupid stories, just that I've experienced in my past, just little moments of time that I've experienced. And so I'd love to just do like a short little story time in some of these episodes, just to kind of deter from some of the mama stuff, because let's be real, as mothers, we are surrounded by motherhood all the time. So let's talk about something else for a second. I used to be like a little rat, okay? Like I don't even know why I choose rat to describe it, but I wasn't always a very nice person, okay? I wasn't the nicest person all the time, okay? I might have portrayed myself as like a really nice girl growing up, but deep internally, I was a negative mess, okay? So my friend and I, we were in middle school, and we went to a private Christian school. So the rules there were very strict. They were expectations, okay, at this school. Your reputation meant a lot because rumors spread, information got out. It was a small, very, very small school. I think my entire grade consisted of 50 people. Yes, less than that, actually. About like 45. And a lot of my classmates were people that I was going to school with for years and years and years, because this was like a family thing. Like when you go to the school, you stay at the school. So I knew everybody, everybody knew me, everybody knew everybody, and everybody knew the tea on everybody. Um, so it was really easy for rumors to spread. It was really easy for information to get out. And my friend and I kind of neglected the fact that that information could spread so fast. Okay. So we had these two friends. Okay. I used to like be really close with these other two girls. Okay. And we kind of just like grew apart, didn't really talk much anymore. I think I remembered that one of the girls was like actually a pathological liar. And so I kind of just like started distancing myself from her, which we can talk about that a whole nother time if you want. But yeah, she had a lying problem. So I kind of retreated from them, wasn't really friends with them anymore, but they remained really, really close. Okay. Well, we'll call one of the girls, we'll call her Mimi, and we'll call the other one Moo Moo. So Mimi and Moo Moo were super, super close, and they didn't really like socialize with any of the other girlies, people of the grade. Okay, the 45 people of the grade. They kind of kept them to themselves. Okay, so they were like always together. They sat with each other at lunch. They sat with each other in classes. They played with each other at recess. They were just always together. Okay, I just had to take a mini break to tend to my daughter, and I also ate a everything bagel. It was so good, so delightful. I think I could have a bagel every single day of my life, and I would be just all right. But anyways, I was talking about Mimi and Moo Moo. So my friend and I, she was my little partner in crime, that girl. She's still my friend. We were definitely usually up to no good. And her and I noticed that Mimi and Moo Moo hung out a lot, maybe a little too much. And they were a little too close, we noticed. So we started making up shit. Okay, we just started talking. We just started making up stuff, and we would say it to whoever. We would say things like, you know, Mimi and Moo Moo are a little too close. We think they might be a little bit more than friends. Or we would say, oh yeah, there's Mimi and Moo Moo, the lovers. Lovers Mimi and Moo Moo. Oh look, Mimi and Moo Moo, the perfect pair. There they are again. So we would make jokes that they were a lesbian couple. Essentially, that's what we were doing. But we would say it in more of like a tone of sarcasm, so it was taken a bit serious. Like we would literally be like, oh yeah, they hang out so often because they're secretly lovers. We would literally say that. Yep. To anyone who would listen, any of our peers that would listen. And it didn't take long for that rumor to get spread around. And of course it reached Mimi and Moo Moo. It did indeed reach Mimi and Moo Moo at some point. And not only did it reach them, but it also reached the teachers and the principal of the school. Yeah. It reached the principal of the middle school. So one day, just I think it was like walking in from recess, getting into my class, going to my desk, shimmying down in my chair, and intercom on the overhead comes up. Could we have Jennifer and we'll call her, what's my friend's name going to be? We'll call my friend Amanda. Can we have Jennifer and Amanda to Mrs. Trenchable's office? It's obviously not Miss Trenchable, but if you get the reference, I like you. So we get called into the principal's office, and I'm like, oh shit. Because I was a good girl. Okay, I portrayed myself as a very well-rounded, kind girl. Okay, I was good in school. I was polite to my teachers. I attended church. I was very much so a people pleaser. Okay, so while I might have been a little bit nasty and rebellious on the inside, I did not let it be known. Okay, I was a good girl. Okay, so I was like, me? Like, there's got to be something wrong. Like, I didn't do anything. Maybe I'm the one that's the victim. I'm thinking I'm getting called into the principal's office because someone's being nasty to me. But no. We get into the principal's office, and I can't remember if Mimi and Mumu were there. They might have been there, but I don't remember that. So don't quote me on that. But let's pretend Mimi and Mumu are sitting in there alongside Miss Trunchbull. Okay, Miss Trunchbull says, "Girls, please come sit. We have a matter to discuss." And she proceeds to tell us that there is a rumor going around that Mimi and Mumu here are lesbian lovers. And Amanda and I both look at each other like, the side eye, like, we've been caught red-handed. And so Miss Trunchbull continues, and she goes, and we just wanted to clear the air because we have suspicion that the rumor originated from you two, me and Amanda. So me and Amanda immediately shut that shit down. I really need to wrap this up because my camera keeps dying. I'm stressed. Okay. We lied our way out of it. Y'all, this is like such a bad, I was not a good person. Okay. This was very mean. Like, it was very mean. I should not have done that. Not only should I not have even spread a rumor like that, but I should have been honest about it and apologized. And we were like, what? Us? No, we would never do that. And I distinctly remember even going like, and I remember like, and I've heard that rumor, like I've definitely heard that rumor going around, but yeah, no, I have no idea who spread that rumor. Like, I'm so sorry. We would never do anything like that. We were literally like bullshitting our way out of that situation. And it worked. It did. It worked. We lied. They believed us. And we never had to deal with any consequences. Y'all, terrible, but yeah. That is the time that I was a bully and spread a rumor. I spread a rumor. But I got my karma. I did. I got my karma. I fully believe in karma, and I got my karma for that. I've had nasty rumors spread about me. So I feel like debt was paid. Okay. Maybe not in that moment, but my debt was paid because that was not nice of me. And we got away with it too, y'all. We got away with it. And to Mimi and Mumu, I sincerely apologize. It was me. I spread that rumor, and I made everyone believe that y'all were lesbian lovers. Oh, I'm so sorry. I really am. Oh, yikes. Yeah. That was my little story time for y'all today. I have lots and lots of very interesting stories, a whole lot more interesting than that. Okay, that was just a little snippet into my past, okay? But I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. If you watched up until this point, let me know a nasty rumor that either you've spread or that's been spread about you, or a nasty rumor that you've heard being spread about someone else. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. A part of me still craves a little bit of that drama. No, I'm just playing. But anyways, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you would like to listen to this podcast on audio format, follow along to Loving Motherhood on Spotify podcast. Follow me on all my other socials. I post short form mom content on my TikTok. But thank you so much for watching, and I am so excited to talk to you in my next episode. Peace. Bye.